Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Legacy Sandstorm. Now, Sandstorm was originally a BotCon figure, obviously a recolor of the Predacon Scorponok. And well, apparently this guy's real name is Scorpius. Yeah, I think I prefer Sandstorm. But well, this guy makes a return in Legacy, obviously as a recolor of Kingdom Scorponok. And well, this is where the actual review starts. And of course, we have the packaging to look at. And of course, the standard Legacy packaging. Albeit with an actual window, because just like with Night Prowler, this is meant to be a store exclusive. Albeit I got this in Smith's. But at least this guy's head's not going to be stolen. We got Sandstorm in his Scorpion mode. Got a close-up of his face. We got him in his robot mode. Side we got some of the Decepticons. Because I guess, well, if my throw will actually work. The Predacons are the descendants of the Decepticons. Got Sandstorm in both modes, and unfortunately there's no QR code to scan this time. Which is unfortunate, because I do love the QR codes. Well, that's pretty much it for the box. And well, taking a look at the actual figure, I mean, it's pretty much just a scorpion. Pretty sure there's a name for this type, like a desert scorpion. Although I don't really know my scorpions that well, so I might be wrong. But taking a quick 360 of this, how accurate is this to the BotCon figure? I'm not sure, because I'm never going to own the BotCon version. But as a standalone figure, I actually really like the colors. I mean, we've got orange for the claws, we've got purple for the legs, some purple for the tail here. I mean, the back, you can sort of see one of the legs, because this guy does transform in quite a weird way. Here we can see the scorpion head, and this is a case where they've actually made the head look more like the real life animal instead of the cartoon. I mean, they did that for the Scorponok release. So yeah. So we got the little mandibles there. I think I remember them pointing that them out when they first showed Sandstorm as well. Now for gimmicks, well, if we open this claw, well, we do get this missile thing. Obviously, it's supposed to replicate the missile firing thing from the original Scorponok toy. Although, oh, sorry, I dropped that. This time it's just a standalone piece, which just plugs it into the claw. And it turns out I actually had that into the... I had it in the wrong way. But yeah. And of course, with this claw, got the Cyber Bee, although this time it doesn't actually form part of the claw, it's just in the claw. I mean, sure. Yeah, not really much to say. Now, one complaint I do have is, yeah, right here, the legs are on ball joints, and they actually come off really easily. I mean, it's quite easy to actually pop off a ball joint while you're trying to transform them, so... Plus, it's a bit tricky to try and get the ball joints back on there. So, yeah, that's definitely a complaint. Another complaint is, it's kind of easy to knock one of the claws off, you know, off the hinge, as you can see here. If anything, it's probably just my copy, but it still is kind of annoying. But well, that's pretty much all I have to say about the beast mode. I do a comparison with my reissue Scorpion arc, but I think I'll wait until I actually get the Kingdom figure to do that with. Also, yeah, I don't have Kingdom Scorpion arc. I just bought this guy because I'm wanting to collect like every legacy figure just for fun. Well, let's just get onto the transformation. And well, if this is anything to go by, this is gonna be a sort of not complicated, but sort of crazy, you know. So to start, we're just going to take the beast legs and just get them up and up out of the way. Get this leg out. Get this leg out of the scorpion tail. Get that down. Straighten all that out. So you have this going on. Rotate that. Lift up the beast head. Rotate that in. Get the robot head up so you can try and push the chest in. There we go. Get the tail up. Try and get the beast legs out of the way. I just like to fold them around the tail. Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of these legs. Well, I'm not a fan of the beast legs because they can definitely get in the way. Yeah, that'll work. Then get the claws down. Rotate them around. And of course, these are going to be his arms. And once you have the claws not the claws, once you have the legs situated in a way that you're satisfied with, there you have Sandstorm in robot mode. And well, the actual robot isn't really that tall. The actual tail section definitely makes him look a bit taller. I mean, seriously, just look at that. Oh, there we go. I just didn't have it compressed enough, but still, like, Still makes him look a bit taller. Now having a 360. Yeah, it looks a bit cluttered around the back, but that's just because of all the beast legs. I mean, of course you can just put them off the ball joints, but then you have to look for like a bag or a tub to store them in. Now the head, they've actually remolded the head to resemble the mutant mask of the original Scorponok figure, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, why they didn't do that with Night Prowler? It's probably because, you know, Shadow Panther already did that. But anyway, of course, for accessories, we still have the Claw Missile and the Cyber Bee. Unfortunately, unlike on the original toy, the Cyber Bee was here, and the missile gimmick was on this arm. But of course, you can just swap them. So let's just do that, because they are just on 5mm pegs, which means if you want, this means you can have Scorponok just firing out his claws. There we go, now it's sort of similar to the OG figure. Of course, as I stated, the original figure had the Cyber Bee actually forming part of the claw instead of just storing inside the claw, but I kind of prefer this because, especially with the reissue, the Cyber Bee gimmick was on a hair trigger. Probably just due to mold degradation or something, but anyway. Of course, with this being one of the Beast Wars releases, there's not really that many combat ports. I mean, of course, there's some inside the claws, but if anything, the only ones I can actually see are on the bottom of the feet, so you can still do the laser feet thing that I like to do, you know? But other than that, you can't really weaponize this guy up, unfortunately. No wonder Scorponok died in Beast Wars. But anyway, not really much else to say, so let's just move on to the articulation. The head can, of course, move side to side. Kind of look up and down slightly. The tail can move, so if you want to do a little attack tail thing, then go ahead. The arms can, of course, move. Of course, you can T-pose. It's got elbows. Got bicep swivel. Of course, the claws can open. They can swivel. If I can actually read without moving the beast legs. Sort of got a waist swivel. Legs can go forward. Can't really go back that far. Can do the splits. Accidentally dislodged the waist, I think. It's got a really good ankle pivot. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. So, complaints. Well, the beast legs are definitely annoying. I mean, They're on ball joints so they can come off easily. It's sort of hard to tell how they transform. So, yeah. I also find this guy to. Well, I find this guy a bit difficult to transform sometimes. Like, well, not difficult, but fiddly. That's the word I'm looking for. It's definitely quite fiddly to transform, especially with the legs here. Just with how they have to fold up for the beast mode. Plus, getting the actual beast mode head out is a bit of a chore as well. But well, do I recommend this guy? Well, I'd say Scorponok is probably. Well, I'd say this mold's probably one of my least favorite out of the Kingdom molds, actually. Just alongside with Tracks, just because, you know, the beast mode legs are definitely really annoying. So, I'd say if you really want this guy, then sure, because Scorponok was one of the main characters in Beast Wars, but, well, seeing how this is Sandstorm, pretty much a nobody character who was once a BotCon figure, it's not really going to be that popular, in my opinion. Like, I mean, if you want this figure, then sure, but I don't really think Sandstorm is going to be that popular. But, yeah. But, well, this has been my review on Beast Wars, not Beast Wars, Legacy Sandstorm. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.